All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Recha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone Citations. To all Akim, my dear, pushing His truth and all truth and sincerity diligently throughout the four corners. I'm the brother Shamar Moth from Great Millstone, Miami. Also from the camp of Great Millstone, Southwest Florida, out here in the Fort Myers area. Coming to your Akim or Akwath with another quick lesson. Salaki. And Lord's will, this lesson be quick, edifying, and straight to the point. Okay? And I pray and hope that this lesson serves as exhortation, correction, reproof, rebuke, and comfort, okay, to the body. All right? The title of this lesson is going to be Satan wants a reaction, don't give it to him. Satan wants a reaction, don't give it to him, all right? And this lesson is based off of the elder Barack Allah from LA. All right, earlier today, I was watching the lesson that he did, all right, and he was going into how, you know, it would behoove brothers and, you know, believers are, you know, the believers to, you know, be mindful when dealing with our day to day. All right, and in a sense where if people come up to you and, you know, tries to provoke you or, you know, tries to do some type of harm to you, all right. Because before anything gets really physical, usually starts out verbally, you know, and he was and his warnings were legit, okay, because in the times that we're in right now, all right, there are a lot of individuals that are really off their rockers, man. All right, people are crashing out, they can't afford to live, okay, they can barely afford food. All right, some of these people are watching their long time rivals and frenemies and family members that they all had issues with surpass them and balling out. All right, taking trips to Miami, going to Turks and Caicos, or filling up their gas tanks while they're stuck in their routine. All right, only could afford to put $5 in the gas tank just to get the work, to get cussed out and yelled at by their boss. All right, just to get back on the road and get cussed out by their wife. All right, because they forgot to get a pack of chicken, which they can't even afford. So they gotta, you know, take out a loan from one of these payday apps and turn back around and go get the chicken just to get home and see that their wife is already eating Taco Bell that she probably got from, you know, one of her side pieces. And niggas on edge, man. All right, as the scriptures say, which we're gonna get. All right, because of iniquity shall abound, and love of many shall wax cold. The love of a lot of these individuals out here have gone cold, man. Road rage, all right, gets deadly. Well, I seen a video of a couple of minutes ago before I did this lesson of a Wendy's manager fucking putting his employee to death for wanting to leave early. Okay, it's just a lot. You know, there's a lot going on. Shoot, one of my wives just told me yesterday that her brother just passed because he got into it. He got into a verbal altercation with a drunk fellow. All right, and that dude pulled out a firearm. All right, and proceeded to, you know, shebang her brother, and now he's in the spirit world, all because of what, you know, whatever pride he had, because from her reports, he always been a hothead. All right, he's always been that type of person who can't just turn down if somebody, talking crazy. He can't back away from it. He always wants to, show that he's a man, so to say, and that should cost him his life, man. All right. In the times that we're in, brothers, we need to be mindful, man. All right, because remember, we want to see the end. All right, we want to see Babylon get destroyed. We want to be delivered. Hopefully, we are part of that number. We want to be delivered in the chariots while we watch our enemy get put down. All right, so that entails us using wisdom. All right, when we find ourselves in these particular situations, so that way we don't find ourselves checking out early, man. Okay. So with that being said, let me get some precepts and close out. All right, the first precept that I want to start with is Matthew 10 and 16. It says, and this is Yahweh Shai's words, it says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves." All right. So keep that in mind, brothers, and you sisters as well, man, because, it's not, just keep it frank, man. Women like to go back and forth, women like to argue. All right. We're not in a time of arguing with people, man. All right. Because it's females crashing out too. Seen some shit not too long ago where two women were in a discussion, a heated argument, and one of them just fired off on her, blah, right in her shit. Okay. I mean, shit. It's funny, but it's not, because, especially when it comes to us, man, we got to move how Yahweh Shai would had moved when he was on earth. And like the brother Karab used to say all the time, what would Yahweh Shai do when we find ourselves in these situations? We have to, hey man, what would the Lord do in this situation? Would he argue with this person? Would he tell this person off? All right, or would he refrain himself and leave that judgment that's going to befall that individual in the hands of the Lord? All right, so we got to be mindful, man. We got to understand and remember that the Lord sent us out as sheep in the midst of wolves. All right, you don't see sheep going up to wolves and antagonizing the wolves on some bad nigga when the wolf come around. No, man. All right, so keep that in mind, okay? And the reason why is because, like I had mentioned, let's go to Matthew 24, the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and was that verse 12? It says, "And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold." All right, there's a lot of cold-hearted individuals out there in this day and age, man. So we got to move in a particular fashion, in a particular way, man. All right, serpents, snakes, before you see the snake done already assessed the threat and then backed out, man. Okay, because obviously what does the snake really have? It has nothing but its bite, okay? It has no arms, it has no legs. And you as a human, you walking through the jungle or the forest or even in your yard, and it might be a snake somewhere in your grass. That snake done already sensed you coming from afar and already assessed you as a threat and a danger. And instead of staying there and risk either getting its head chopped off or stomped on, all right, or even putting itself in a position where it has to strike you, that snake done already processed and calculated and disappeared, man. Slithered away real quick. All right? Keep that in mind, okay? These people out here, they're sick in the mind, man. They're demented, man. They're off their rockers. And we have to also keep in mind that these people are being operated by Satan, man. So a lot of times it just be the left hand trying to get us out of character, trying to get us to lose our discipline, to do something that we know for a fact that our teachers, all right, the renowned men that were before us taught us otherwise. That demon on those individuals is trying to get us out of our character, man. So we got to be mindful, because the scriptures tell us in the book of Ephesians chapter 6, all right, and the verse 12, all right, Ephesians 6 and 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So that's what our warfare consists of, man. All right, we got to understand, being that we're operating and moving in the spirit, a lot of our battles, all right, occur in the realm of spiritual, all right, or spirituality. You brothers get what I'm trying to say. All right. So we got to keep that in mind when we're maneuvering and going about our day-to-day. A nigga cut you off. Hey, man, there's no need to, chase the nigga. All right. Cut that guy off or pull up next to him at a light and throw your fingers up at the guy. All right. And the same goes for if you got to get over and there's a space, and all of a sudden, once you put on your blinker, the dude starts speeding up. All right, here it is. You may, because this happened to me before, put the blinker on. I, seen there was a gap. So I go for the gap. As soon as I go for the gap, the dude speeds up. Next thing you know, he's behind me. Just honking for a whole mile. Then he comes around, flicks me off, cuts me off, proceeds to damn near pull a state trooper stop in the middle of the highway, all because why? Because there was a gap, and I took the gap using my indicator, and he felt like, he had a bad day, I cut him off. You know what I did? Instead of going in at it with the guy, just swerved the nigga, man, and kept it moving. Got off the next exit just in case the nigga's a lunatic, and proceeded to keep going, man. All right? Had another situation like that. Hey, motherfucker, you don't see me. I told him, hey, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, I didn't see you. I apologize. Because why? The scriptures tell us, let's get that real quick. All right, where's that? Let's get that real quick, man. Because sometimes all it takes, all right, is a soft answer, man. Proverbs 15:1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. Okay? Sometimes it just takes him. I apologize, dude. My bad, bro. Forgive me, dog. Forgive me. I'm tripping. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You right. You got it, man. My bad, man. You got it. You right, to get a nigga off of you, man. Even if the nigga in the wrong. Let the Lord deal with that shit. All right? Because if you go on, using grievous words like, man, nah, fuck that nigga. You did this, you bitch ass nigga, whoop whoop the bam. That nigga might, put out the blammer and get the knocking the hammer back, man. And that's not wise for us who say we serve the Lord. All right, so we got to move in a better way, man. All right, we can't be quick to get enraged, to get angry, to want to fight. All right. Proverbs 16:32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, And he that ruleth the spirit, then he that taketh the city. All right. So we got to rule our spirit, man. We got to rule our spirit. Yes. Yes. These niggas piss us the fuck off. All right. Yes. That shit boils our blood. Okay. But guess what? As the scriptures say, vengeance belongeth to the Lord, man. All right. What is that? Is that in the book of, let's see. Yep. Romans 12:19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. Vengeance is the Lord's, man. Okay? So, at times, man, we just got to rule our spirit, man, and just let a nigga have it. Because, you know, you'll probably let that nigga have it. He being a crazy demon to you, and, you know, you rule your spirit. We rule our spirits. We keep our composure. We're slow to anger. We use soft words to appease that nigga, so to say. And that nigga just turn around and go do the same shit to somebody else, and he get blamed, man. All right? Because the Lord don't play about us either. Okay? So keep that in mind, brothers. You know, I keep saying that, but, you know, in these times, man, it's a lot of individuals getting packed up, man, and sent to the upper room. Okay? Getting packed up and sent to the other room because they're not operating in the spirit. They're not operating with wisdom when it comes to these certain situations, man. Salaki, I was looking for a preset. I can't remember where it's at, so I just dropped that one. But, you know, like I've mentioned, you know, we got to keep in mind Yahweh Shai, and when he was operating and moving on earth, man, you know, was not Yahweh Shai falsely accused? All right, was brought to counsel from the Pilate. Okay, they lied on him, and he had every right to spaz out and to crash out, man. But he did what? He restrained himself. He restrained himself and allowed the Lord to fight his battles, man. Remember, the scriptures also tell us that. Okay? All right, to be still, for the Lord shall fight for thee, roughly paraphrase, man. All right? So when we find ourselves in these situations, remember this, 1 Peter 2:23, who when he was reviled not again. When he suffered, he threatened not, but committed himself to him that judgeth righteously, man. We got to keep that in mind, okay? We got to commit ourselves to the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, when we find ourselves in these particular situations, man. Okay? Where people are just showing out. All right? Being demons. We know they demons because a lot of times we say it. This motherfucker being a demon, bruh. All right, if you know you being a demon, then we should understand as well that nigga's trying to take us off our square, man. All right? So with that, Lord's will, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachak. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone, and citations to Allah Akim out there pushing the truth and all truth and sincerity diligently throughout the four corners. Shalom.